And we are still tracking that winter weather this morning. Here's live Doppler radar. As you can see to the north of Interstate 20 here, that is where we are seeing that light to moderate sleet snow mix. But to the south, I'm growing more and more concerned with this prolonged period of freezing rain. Look at this. Angelina, Nacogdoches, Shelby, San Augustine, Sabine counties, all detecting this pink right now. And that means that we are seeing some moderate to heavy freezing rain at points. And what that's doing is it's falling as rain, but freezing on contact, which does mean we're going to have some very hazardous travel conditions, which you shouldn't even be traveling this morning because we've already seen several inches of snow from earlier this week. Now, off to the north, this is the transition zone. This is mainly along Interstate 20 here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in because some viewers have reported to me that even though that they are in the blue, we are seeing more sleet than what we're seeing as far as that snowfall goes. So I'm going to circle this region here. And again, from Big Sandy over to parts of Gladewater, that is where we have heard those reports of more of a sleet mixture as opposed to a snow mixture. So that is right in here. So this is more so that sleet that you're seeing on your screen right here. So I'm writing out the word sleet just to show you on the screen. My handwriting is terrible, so I apologize for that. But again, circled, you are seeing sleet as opposed to snow, and that includes parts of Smith into Wood, Upshur County, Gregg County seeing more of a sleet mixture. That's what the case was in our Longview and our Tyler Tower cam. But to the south, that is where we are seeing more of that transition from that sleet over to that freezing rain. That includes Henderson, parts of Anderson, northern Cherokee, southwestern Smith County. You're probably seeing that transition as you travel to the south from Tyler over Lake Palestine into Berryville along Highway 155. Now, I do want to show you part of the reason why we're seeing this, and this has to do with the difference in temperatures. So if we can go ahead and show those temperatures real quick, because temps, they vary across the area. We're talking about temps in the lower 20s across some of our northern counties, and then we're around freezing for deep East Texas. So the warmer you are, the chances are you're seeing more of that freezing rain as opposed to that snow. Now we break down Futurecast here. We're continuing to see that snow across some of our northern counties while it stays mostly that freezing rain across parts of deep East Texas. That's again because they're warmer. That was 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, same deal. That precipitation not going anywhere this morning. But as we head into about 4, this is when most of that precip starts to move off to the east. Most of that mix, and you can see that line's not really going anywhere. So if we can stay sleet along our Interstate 20 counties or areas along Interstate 20, that's good news because sleet actually provides us a little bit of traction. It's still slick, but it's better than freezing rain. Again, that was 4 o'clock. As we move into midnight tonight, with the exception of a few flurries, we are dry, and that is a step in the right direction. Unfortunately, the cloud cover stays with us through tomorrow morning. This is 7 o'clock. Notice those temperatures still in the 20s. That snow with the cloud cover in place really is not going to go anywhere until Friday, and that's when we warm above freezing. And you can see tomorrow afternoon, some good news, we could see a few peaks of sunshine according to Futurecast, but the bad news is if we do see those skies clear, which I do anticipate will happen Thursday night, by Friday morning we could be talking about the teens, and this could start as early as about 7 o'clock. Now, meteorologist Alex Moore joins me now, and Alex, these road temperatures, very important to see if we see that freezing rain starting to accumulate. What are those road temps looking like?
Right, these are going to be really indicative of the rain that's going to come down towards the deep East Texas portion of the viewing area. So we're going to see these temperatures for our road conditions in the lower 20s to the mid 20s. So places like Nacogdoches, Lufkin, Center, you guys are going to see a good amount of icing once we get into the next few hours. And as those road temperatures stay below freezing, that's going to add into that layer of freezing rain on top of the snow and sleet that we've already seen. Our wind chills, into the teens for most of us. 15 here in Tyler for your wind chills, 7 in Texarkana, Mount Pleasant and Gilmer at 13. So it's a chilly start to your day, especially if you're in the northern half of the area. Your travel impacts: roads are not going to be pretty for at least the next 2 days. We are going to stay below freezing for at least the next 24 to 48 hours. So that's going to continue to help pack that snow and ice, and it's going to help refreezing if we do see any sort of melting. So we're going to have difficult issues with our travel and the roads over the course of the next 2 to 3 days getting into the weekend. Of course, like Carson said, once we get into Friday, we'll start to break into that freezing mark and get above freezing. So hopefully, Carson, will start to thaw out by the end of the weekend.
We're taking steps in the right direction, Alex, but unfortunately, we've got to get through today. I want to break this down even further with these precipitation types. I think to the north in the blue there, we stay mainly snow. Now, that snow should transition a little later on as we get warmer to more of that freezing rain. That is shaded in the light pink. Already seeing sleet in this region, and then freezing rain, unfortunately, is likely for all of deep East Texas. So here's that 7-day forecast. Again, we're dealing with that wintry mix. That's the best way to describe it, since we literally have every type of precipitation going on right now. But by Friday, temperatures warming back up into the 30s. We're in the 40s for Saturday. Climbing that ladder even more on Sunday. Look at that, 53 degrees, 58 for your Monday, all the way up to 65 for Tuesday. Deep East Texas, unfortunately, with the freezing rain, that's where you are going to see the most hazardous travel, but those flurries come to an end by tomorrow morning. Isaac, Cynthia?
Thank you, Carson and Alex. Coming